Hello, everyone. Today I'm with Dartmouth point guard Connor Amundsen. Thank you for joining me today.
Of course, for sure. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. I'll start with my first question. How old were you when you started playing basketball?
Yeah, so I started playing basketball. I mean, as early as I can remember. There's pictures of me when I'm like a newborn baby with a ball in my hands. I was at a little tyke hoop from the time I could walk and stuff. So ever since I was a baby, I've been playing.
So it's just like been a part of your life, basically, as long as you can remember.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my dad, he played D1 college basketball and pro basketball, and then he's been coaching for 25 years. So, I mean, I grew up around the game and at all his practices and stuff. So,
Yeah, so it's kind of
definitely.
just in your blood.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
What made you pick Dartmouth?
Yeah, I had a great visit there. I loved all the people there, the coaches and stuff. That was probably the main thing, the people. I mean, obviously it's at a high level and stuff. Ivy League's a top, I think it's 12 or 13 this year out of the 32 D1 leagues or conferences. So I knew it was going to be good competition. And, I loved all the people there. And then obviously there's the educational side too, that it's a well-educated place. So it was cool for that too.
Yeah, so I had basically everything you wanted from the basketball to the education. And then you're in the top half of the competitiveness for basketball. And like typically you'll see an Ivy League school like make a run in March Madness.
For sure, for sure. That all went together in making my decision.
Yeah, so it's the perfect fit.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was a perfect fit for me.
How would you say in high school getting to play top competition helped you prepare for college?
Yeah, I honestly think that was everything. It gives you confidence knowing you could do it against the best players at Clovis North High School. We always played. I mean, it was a top 5 to 10 schedule in the state of California, which is a high level of basketball. So yeah, we were playing all the best teams. My coach, my dad, Tony Amundsen, he would always put us in against the top teams, wanted to see what we were made of and stuff. So there's that, and then playing EYBL too. I was playing against all high major players pretty much. So it just made me know I could get it done against that level against size.
Yeah, so for your school, you're always playing in some of the best schools in all of California, and that obviously they go to the D1 level, the guys you're playing, and then in EYBL, you're playing against some of the top recruits as well there, so it helped you.
For sure, for sure.
What was the biggest jump from high school to college?
So I think just size, everyone's really big. Like even at high level high school basketball, it doesn't look like the college course. Like these guys are all really big, they're all grown men and stuff. So I'd say the strength aspect of it, and then probably just how much talking is emphasized. Like I didn't really know that going into it. So I know it's probably program to program, but I think the overall consensus is that, you gotta be very vocal out there, especially as a point guard. You gotta lead. So, I'm still growing in that aspect of my game and stuff. And I like how the coaches are pushing me and my teammates too to, take more jumps that way. So yeah, probably just being super vocal out there.
Yeah, so everyone's a lot bigger, like you said, and obviously they have like top tier like weight rooms at the colleges and stuff,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
everyone's
it's a lot of
standing
big guys out
bigger.
there.
Yeah, and then talking, yeah, I've seen like how you mentioned, I've seen like a thing of Coach K where he would like be telling his players at Duke, like you gotta talk, like it may seem weird at first, but you have to be like really loud even in practice and everything.
Yeah, no, for sure. It feels like you're screaming out there, everything but it definitely helps everyone be on the same page and stuff. So it's definitely important.
Yeah. What was your most memorable game from this past season?
Oh man. Uh I don't know if I could pick one. I'll say a couple. So one that was big for the team was we beat Brown at our place to clinch Ivy Madness for the first time in program history. So I mean that was amazing. That like it just the overall feeling in there. I believe it was our senior night too. Like it was awesome. It was great. So that's definitely one of them. And then personally, I say the Vermont game. I had 25 points and I was 7 for 8 from three. And we won by 30 for it was the first time that Dartmouth beat Vermont in like the past 10 years or something. So that was a good win. Uh, yeah, I'll probably stick to those two. It's two of the more memorable ones.
Yeah, it's both like major milestones for you guys and then you personally.
I got to give one more game out. Boston College. I don't know how that one just went over my head. We beat an ACC team, so that was a huge deal for us. It kind of made us feel like we could be anyone. That was before league and stuff, so it gave us some confidence going into it for sure.
I remember seeing that when you guys beat Boston College, like all over
Yeah,
social media and stuff.
yeah, it was pretty fun. It was awesome.
Yeah, and that gave you the comments that you said you could play with anyone in the
Yeah, for
country.
sure.
How did it feel to be Ivy League Rookie of the Week 5 times?
It was awesome. I didn't really know what to expect going into everything. Like, there's no promises when you go somewhere. It's not like, I didn't know how it was gonna be, but the coaches gave a lot of belief in me from the start, and my teammates bought into that as well. So having a big role was great, and then being awarded that award, a lot of things have to go right for that to happen. I got to play well, we got to win games. So yeah, shout out to my teammates for being there and helping get all the wins and stuff because that's the most important part. All the awards come, to winning teams and stuff. So it was awesome though, honestly. It was great to get those awards. Feel like, hard work I put in is seen and yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, so like you say, you don't know what to expect like when you first come in because like as a freshman, you're brand new to the program, it's new coaches, but they saw your skills and everything, so you got to play on the court and with the team winning, it's just like all those hours of hard work, they really paid off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What things do you think you guys need to do to make March Madness this year?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of good pieces to do that. We're missing, a few key guys that were seniors. But I think we have the tools and the players to, step up in those roles and do everything that we did last year and more. So yeah, I think, one thing we gotta do, is just make sure our camaraderie is up to par and we're all together. But I think, if we're bought in and really lock in on the season that we could get it done for sure. The Ivy League's pretty open this year. Going into it, there's no like clear cut number one team going into it right now. So I think we're all confident that we could do it, but we know it's gonna take like a tremendous amount of work. So I think everyone's on the same page though,
Yeah, so you just have to all everyone has to be bought into the process for the whole year. So
for
obviously it
sure.
takes a lot to win the Ivy League, but it's wide open. Like you said, 'cause last year Yale won it, right? But they had a lot of seniors.
Yeah, yeah, they had a lot. They're all pretty much their main players. They do have They have some key roles that are coming back for sure. But two of their top guys took off for sure. So, but they'll still be very good. They're gonna be in the top part of the league for sure. But it's definitely pretty open
Yeah, and you guys have more experience now too, like going into your next year. So
for sure, for sure.
was there ever a specific game or moment when you guys like you could play at the college level, like it was just coming natural, like you realized you could compete with all these guys?
Yeah, I'm an extremely confident player, so I kind of thought going in that I'd be able to do it. I've played at like, some high levels of basketball, so I definitely have belief in myself. But, just going into practice and stuff, like I could tell right away that I fit and stuff. And then, just the first game of the league, or not of the league of season, I was making shots and stuff like that. So I was confident going into it already. But, it's hard to say one specific moment that I felt that way, but I was confident going in, my and then yeah, it just seemed like it was that it would all be fine like right away in practices and stuff
Yeah, so you're just confident in your abilities and like obviously you put in a lot of hard work. So like you knew that that was gonna pay off. So you're confident that you could play in
yeah,
college.
for sure, for sure.
What are you most looking forward to this season?
Oh man, uh probably just the day-to-day grind with all the guys I love, man. I love my teammates, I love my coaches, so probably just spending time with them again. It's been a long summer. So yeah, just that day-to-day grind, I love it. So just putting that work together and seeing what we could do, trying to put together a special season.
Yeah, so just all the hours of the practice being together, all working towards that common goal to win the Ivy League.
For sure. Yes, sir.
How would you describe yourself off the court?
Uh, people that know me a lot, they know I'm a pretty funny guy. Like I like to joke around and stuff like that. But I'm also, just a hard worker. I'm pretty locked in on what I love to do. So spend a lot of time. Most of my days is working out and in recovery. I'm big on recovery. So it's pretty much what my day-to-day life looks like. But then, I'll find some time. I like going to the movies. So I'll go to the movies with some friends like and stuff like that. And I like hanging out with my family and stuff. So couple different things.
Yeah, so obviously you're always locked in on like your craft and getting better at basketball, but then just have a good time, make some jokes, and hang out with friends and family.
Yep, yep.
Then the last question I have is for fun. You get to take any three NBA players to dinner. They could be past or present. Who are you taking?
Man, so off rip, I gotta say LeBron for sure. That's my GOAT. So I'll say LeBron. Let's see. I'll say Curry, and then probably. Oh, actually, no, no, no. I'm gonna scratch that. I'm gonna say LeBron, Michael Jordan, and then we'll go like Bill Russell. I want to get like all three eras, have a nice sit down, talk about the differences from time to time, and just see what all their thoughts would be on how the game's evolved and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. The most dominant guys with their eras, and you get to
Yeah,
hear like you said how the game changed and just winning all those rings.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, that'd be fun.
You'd have like what 21 rings at that dinner.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of rings out there for sure. Yeah, I think it would be 21. Yeah, that was good. That was quick math right there.
Thank you. Yeah, that'd be a great dinner for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, thank you for taking the time to join me today.
For sure. Thank you for having me. It's great to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you too.